Do you want to talk about how much
Yeah.
you hate me? And how much fulfillment is the worst fucking thing ever?
The worst I can do.
And I'm ruining your life?
All my plans,
All your
all
plans?
everything. Yep,
All your little comfortable little nooks?
yep, all my comfortable nooks. Everything's got to go. I hate it. Don't want it.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
thing that I just really wanted to share, like hash out with you, is that piece because because it's such a rare experience. It's not like you can have this conversation with anybody, like like doesn't fulfillment suck? It's like for most people, it's like they barely reach it, if ever. So it's like, what are you talking about? Like
it
how
sounds
dare you
bonkers.
deconstruct this? Like what? Like, but
Totally.
when you're in the space of actually living fulfillment, not only regularly, but also like the majority of your day, the majority of your life consistently, you start to understand the fine art of it. And it's like you and I are in this really gorgeous and unique position that we can actually pull apart the fine art of it and how our pain
Yeah,
bodies just scream to not l- lean into that free fall that lands
yeah,
one in fulfillment, which is, of course, the reason why most humans are not experiencing it with any real fluency. Or, and I also worth you and I talking about just a little bit, deconstructing, aren't are mistaking it. They're thinking that good
yeah,
enough is fulfillment.
yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
And because we're recording this and because we're going to talk, because we're going to share this with everybody, um, just to be clear, I use this language called there's pure pain, and we know what it's like when we're engaged in an activity or a relationship that's just pain. Usually our family does that to us. That can be romance as well. We also have an experience of something I call a little bit lighter, which is suffering. And that's the kind of thing where you're like learning a lot from each other. And that can be friendships, and that can be relationships, romantic relationships, that can be activities where it's actually quite a challenge on a regular basis, but you're learning a lot. And I call that a suffering relationship or suffering movement. And then there's what I call 3 out of 4 ain't bad, which I just referred to as it's good, it's pretty good. And that's when a situation or a relationship is moving in such a way that for the most part, it's actually good. It's actually good. And at times it's great even. And maybe at times the situation or the relationship is a little bumpy, but it's good. And like the language, like if you were describing, if someone was like, "Hey, like, how's your relationship with Sally going?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's good. Like, sometimes it's great," is what it would sound like. And none of that is fulfillment. Fulfillment has a really different movement, and fulfillment has a sensation that specifically feels like I won the fucking lottery. Like, I can't even believe this is happening, that this is true. I'm not even sure I can open my eyes enough to really take it in.
I don't even want to look over there. Don't make
I
me look.
yes, I don't even wanna look over there. Like, it's so good. I can't even. Like, and again, right, like, if it was a relationship or something, you're just like, "I never dreamed in a million years." Like, I hoped, but this is, like, something I never even imagined could be possible, or if it's a situation or event. However, this is the thing. We are built out for fulfillment. This is our natural and organic wiring. And it's only the conditioning that pulls us into pain, suffering, or good, because it's the push of fear, the push of lack and limitation that puts those set points in. But organically, we're built for fulfillment. But it's highly, highly, highly uncomfortable movement for those lack and limitation stories that have been running our system. So let's let's talk about like what that visceral sensation is, right? Like what that physical pain is, because like the movement of fulfillment, right, is the challenge that is always the situation. Is there I am as somebody's coach saying to them, drop that thing that you have that's good and lean into this total unknown that you cannot see there's anything over there, and leap into that because fulfillment will come up under your ass. And that's where people are like, no fucking way. Like, what is this mythical land called fulfillment? The thing I did the work and I got I was in pain and now I'm in good and I have it in my hand. Like like I'm holding it. This is a for sure thing that I can track. I can know. I can see all the exit doors, or I can like reach all the way to inside
Yeah.
of my control. And you're asking me
And
to drop.
often
Yep.
better than they've ever had and better than anybody in their life knows.
Yeah.
So it
Key.
really, there's nowhere to measure against. It's absolutely unknown. And most,
Yep.
as we talk about, like 98% of people are not going there. They're not, they're tucked in to their lack of limitation beliefs and living out suffering 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Um, and so to look this way is like, it's not just you're abandoning the good, but you're abandoning everything, like in a way, like everything familiar, including your relationships and your patterns and the shapes of your work, all of it.
Yeah. And it's terrifying. The sensation of that free
Terrifying.
fall is terror.
Yeah, pure terror. Yeah.
But the thing that is terrified is these lack and limitation stories. Right? The
Mm-hmm.
story that I'm not worthy, the story that I'm not safe, the story that I have to be responsible and fix everything, the story that I'm fucking everything up, right? That's the thing that grips into and creates the sensation of terror.
Yep. Totally. Awareness doesn't. Awareness is watching how delightful it is. But that grip is massive, and it doesn't. I think I thought as I moved in fulfillment in some ways in my life, and then kept going, that it would get easier. But in a way, it's just it's just bigger and scarier and grippier anyway. In a way, like you and I've been talking about this deep pain in my system coming up. That's like maybe not this lifetime kind of pain that's coming up at this level of fulfillment. So it's new territory all around. And
Yeah. Like
it's not,
old
you don't just
wounds
coast at some
refire
point.
back up. Yeah,
Yes.
like when you're leaping into this unknown, new wounds come and fire back up. I feel like cautious
Yes.
about saying leaping into the unknown because that is what happens, but it's easy to think of that as like the la, that sort of spiritual bypass movement,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
not at all what we're talking about because that is actually the same pattern of resistance. It's just on the flip side, but it's still brought to you by lack and limitation. The I'm
Yes.
unworthy, I'm super special. The super special is the la, or the like
Yeah.
I'm not safe, or the like everything's totally safe at all times, right? Like la, like
Yeah. Or even like
that's
hope and trust. Like I trust it's all
yes.
gonna be good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I trust this is gonna work out. And hope is such an
Mm-hmm.
interesting
Hope's
one
the worst.
because for a lot of people it's the actual like buoyant raft that they're clinging to.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very real, like that's the pattern that saved me, that got me through
Yeah.
this pain was hope. But
Yeah. Yeah.
over here where we're referring to when we're changing the operating systems from lack and limitation to pure awareness and pure reality, when we're moving from that space, hope is actually like a really um, guaranteed to sink kind of maneuver. It's like that's not going to keep you safe through the real rapids. Like it's not. It's an illusion, a false story, and you don't need it.
No.
But you have to dig deeper. You got to dig deeper to where real security and real safety really is in the moment. The actual real support. You can't fake that movement.
No. There's no workarounds. There's no hacks for it.
Right, exactly. You can't keep your fear, your lack and limitation, and then just leap into the unknown because it'll all work out. Right? Like you can't you can't keep holding it. Like that's the whole thing. That's why actual fulfillment is terrifying. You have to let it go.
Yep.
You have to you're not going to keep these stories and move into actual fulfillment. They are going to have to go. And you can't just reframe it into a positive and keep it with
Yes,
you.
exactly. Yeah, the leap into the unknown has that wrong. It's more just like there's just you don't have anything. You're not holding on to anything. And that's so unfamiliar. It's so disorienting, as we said. It's so juicy too. It's so juicy.
It's what it costs, right? You're not going to get to fulfillment with your bullshit. You've got to drop the bullshit to get to there. You don't get both. You can't keep a little bit tucked up.
You can't bring your story along. No,
yeah.
Exactly. And I try
your
to hide
story, your identity. No.
No. Yep. No. Tuck this one over here. She won't see it.
Yeah. Life will see it.
No.
Life will see it.
Yeah. Life sees it. Exactly. Life sees it.
And we're talking about something very practical. We're not even talking about something like an awakening into original nature, a spiritual awakening, or even a personal awakening, although maybe it's in the land of personal awakening. This is practical fulfillment. This is like the most fulfilling job, right? This is like the dream home. This is that dream relationship. That is that, dream ideal relationship with love and yourself or whatever it is. Like it's really practical. It's like in order to get to, you're gonna have to let go of here to get to there. And that all seems like great. Give me the recipe, which is great. We got the map. We'll show you. Here's the recipe. Stand here, do this, like here it is. But I promise you, and this is really where we are, is like when you go to take that step, when it's up under your foot, when your dream home, right, is right there, everything. It's like, you think, the mind thinks the story's going to be like, yay, I love this, right? Or like, yay, I won the lottery. But the reality is when you fucking get that lottery check and it's like literally someone's passing it to you, or your dream home is in front of you and here's the pen, sign the contract, you shit yourself.
It's totally the worst ever. You shit yourself. You're a fucking mess. I'm screaming in the kitchen, cursing your name. I don't want to go. Don't make me go. I can't go. So, it's all right there.
Yeah.
And but your phrasing is this sort of green or yellow or orange or red, and we call it riding orange. And just being willing to take one step, just staying in, just staying in, even though you're screaming, even though pure terror, even though no fucking way, I don't want to go, and I hate it all, and I hate it. Just staying in is there's just nothing better. There's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And it's very buoyant and you're very safe and carried and alive, and it's not what you think.
Yeah.
And very practical. There's no there's no fireworks. It's just that there's a step there, and there's support there, and there's more than you even imagined there. And it's simple, and it's reachable.
You didn't have to earn it. You
You
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to
be
earn it.
worthy for it. You didn't have to sacrifice to get there. It was,
Figure
or
it out. Be
you
good.
didn't, yeah, yeah. It was organically
Ready.
available.
It had your
And
name
then,
on it.
yeah, yeah. Cool, cool.